Hey, how you doing? Hope you're well. Today I'm gonna talk about the process of making decisions in our lives. They say we have something like around 60,000 thoughts every day, and then also in excess of 30,000 decisions to make every day. I lost train of thought because of the noise, the birds and the kids. Anyway, so it can be hard, right? Yes, some of those decisions that we have to make are pretty straightforward and simple. But even then, the fact that we have to make them, the cognitive load of that amount of decisions, puts a lot of pressure on us. Because when we look at willpower, we talk about willpower to be able to do things, even the mundane, straightforward things, when there's a lot of them, that it still takes a lot of our willpower to get through. And because we only have, the research says that, we only have so much willpower during the day, the more time you spend that willpower on doing things that ideally it wouldn't have to do, the less you have, less willpower that you end up having for the big decisions in life. That's why there's that book called Eat the Frog, and I can't remember who the author is, and the reason why that book exists is because of that limited willpower that we have. Getting the big things, the difficult things out the way first, at least gives us full access to our willpower that we have for the day, because later on in the day, we're tired, other things are happening. Being able to do those things end up being a lot harder, and that's when we fall off. That's why some of our habits around our well-being and things fall off later in the day, because we've used up all our willpower. That chocolate bar just becomes more and more appealing, that slice of cake, slacking off from going for a walk or going to the gym or a bike ride or whatever it is, right? Even just connecting with someone, family, friend, someone you haven't spoken to for a while. So, making decisions on a daily basis, all day, every day, can be overwhelming. And it's not that we're not dedicated or whatever. It's just that actually we're trying to override something that in our makeup that just doesn't exist. Once you've exhausted your willpower, when your cognitive load has been exhausted throughout the course of the day, how do you end up making decisions then later on, especially the important ones? So one of the first things is, yes, eat that frog. Make those decisions earlier in the day, those difficult, hard decisions, so that later on, when your willpower is depleted, you've got more of the mundane, the simple things to make decisions about, which will be a lot more straightforward and a lot more less taxing on our brains. But also as well, preparing the day before, writing those decisions down, writing those things down, for me, was one of the tools that I use to get clarity on things. When there's just either lots going on or big things going, or a combination of those, writing them down, typing them out can help, but writing them down in particular just helps that connection between the pen and the paper. I don't know what it does, but there's something in doing that. And then I'm not saying write everything down, because as a technologist by trade, I like to carry stuff around. I like to have access to things wherever I am. I travel, and so always writing stuff down doesn't really work. Even just like the thought of carrying a notepad around is not limiting, but it is in some way. It does prevent you or keeps you tied to that, as opposed to if it's in digital format, you can access it. So, but with that said, some years ago, I discovered journaling, and I started doing digital journaling, do voice notes, video notes, or then just typing out my journaling thoughts, and that helped to some extent. But actually, what I found was handwritten journaling. Again, there's something about writing stuff down that makes the difference, and getting that clarity, even if it's not on decisions, just to kind of, review the day, reflect on the day, when I'm journaling in the evening or in the morning, when I'm looking to the day ahead and thinking about what it is that I would like to do, or setting an intent for what I am going to do. Writing it down has definitely been beneficial. So I'm not saying you should or shouldn't do this. I'm just saying, it's something to consider doing. When we look at the habits and the rituals of throughout time of some of the most successful people, journaling has been a part of those habits and rituals. All right, as ever, bless up and one love. Peace.